Did you always know that you wanted to do an open adoption?
Yeah, because prior to even opening the door for adoption, my thing is I want to always be doing the best I can possibly do, and the only way I can do that is by educating myself. And the only way I felt like I could do that properly was not by reading books that were written by adoptive parents or reading books by someone who's in the field. Nope, I wanted to know
a kid that experienced
I want to know your experience. And so the amount of podcasts I listened to, the amount of YouTube videos I listened to, the amount of people that I knew that were adopted, and I was like, I need your raw, honest opinion. People who were adopted and are now adults, right? What was that like for you? How did your experience of coming into a family, how could they have done it better? And I wanted to know that experience and what we could do differently. And the biggest thing was verbiage and truthfulness. And never honing in on biology. And always letting them know the truth of like where they came from, who they are, letting them just wholeheartedly be themselves. And all of that was like top notch, the biggest thing for them.
I think that's the most mother response I've ever heard in my life. Obviously, like, you're feeling like you were very open to it from the start, but like regardless of your feelings on it, whether you were in support of or not in support of, like your first instinct was, how do I make this a good experience for my child? And I feel like so many people in general, even who like go the route of adoption, whether like chosen or in necessity or whatever, I hear of so many people who envy that I want to be the only mom, or I want, this is we don't ever want them to know they're adopted for whatever reasons.
Yes.
And like, that's your choice. But I feel like it's like King Solomon and the baby. The most mother choice is, regardless of my own feelings, what is the best thing for this child?
Mr. Principal, Miss Rogers is discriminating against my daughter for her religious beliefs, and I want her fired for it. Miss Smith, these are serious accusations. And false, might I add? Oh, right, so you just happened to give my baby an F on her paper about how Christianity is the only way towards salvation. I gave your daughter an F on a poorly written paper. Poorly written because you don't agree? Because you feel attacked by the truth? Miss Rogers, is this true? No, and while correct, her paper was offensive, that's not why she failed. Her score is reflected in the rubric, okay? There were so many spelling errors, no real proper formatting, run-on sentence after run-on sentence, no citations, everything was, I think, I believe, I like. She didn't even really give any direct quotes from the Bible like she could have to back up her opinions. Like, it was just fundamentally a poorly written paper. Great news, looks like there's no discrimination here. I'm sorry, are you just accepting that? Accepting that my baby is writing from her heart about something she believes in and you're punishing her for it? She's not being punished for her opinions or her beliefs, Miss Smith. Her writing was just poor. Right, I bet you wouldn't be saying the same thing if it was a pro-trans paper. Yes, ma'am, absolutely. I don't believe it. Mr. Principal, I want her disciplined for being so discriminatory towards me and my family and for gaslighting me like this. Of course, don't worry, Miss Smith, I'll handle everything. You have a great day. Bye-bye. Mr. Principal, I didn't do anything wrong. Well, Miss Rogers, you did allow the students to do opinion pieces, and that opens the door for hurt feelings. I'm not grading their opinions, as offensive as some of them are. I'm grading the writing. The topics are supposed to be something that they care about so that they take the assignment seriously. I'm hearing a lot of different words, and all I really want to hear is, sorry, Mr. Principal, I'll do different next time. Capiche? I don't get paid enough.
So like one time when I was teaching, I made this bulletin board. I thought it was the most creative, cute bulletin board of my life, right? Like, it was up-themed. Our school mascot was a lion pride.
A lion pride. Oh.
So I made this bulletin board of like, take pride in lifting others up. Because it was an up bulletin board. Yeah. And it was so cute because I made the little up house with the balloons. And then I even made like a little pocket cloud of like inspirational quotes that I would write. Like, if the kids
this is a lot of work.
Pick me up. I know. I was that everyone always assumed I was elementary. No. I was high school. And I just brought the elementary school energy. And it's fine. But so like, I was so proud of this thing. And I wrote a little inspirational messages for the kids if they needed a pick-me-up, because, you know, take pride in lifting others up. And pride was like in the school font. Everything else was in the Disney calligraphy font, and then the pride was in the font of
This
the
is
school.
so much.
Like, and I posted on the internet, and the number of people that were like, "This is indoctrination! This is what teachers do, indoctrinating our kids. They're trying to push LGBTQ and all the pride." And I was like, "What? What are you talking about?" And like the craziest part is, like, remember, this is like when I first started social media. So the people who follow me the most are like local parents who know what high school I'm at.
Yeah.
You know what high school I'm at. You know what the mascot is. You know what? What is wrong with you people? Like immediately, the first thing that people on the internet do is like, how is this thing right in front of me going to offend me? I want to know how this could offend me, and then I want to lash out about it.
And it's full lack of context and nuance. Like, no one has the ability to do or see either of those things.
I have always known that, like, I have many purposes in life. One of them is to be a mom. Adoption was always on the table, and so we started calling different agencies. And I'm not kidding you, we did not have a single agency that would work with us. They either were kind enough to say, listen, we're a Christian-based company, none of the mothers that are coming into this facility to allow their child to be adopted are going to choose you, or they would hang up on us.
Really? How loving. Just knowing how many kids just want a family so bad and are unable to find one, to decide, well, I don't want them to go with you because you're two moms or two dads or whatever. That's so gross. Like, that's not very pro-life. And I know that there's going to be people in the comments that are like, well, it's
their
whatever,
belief
it's their
system.
belief.
Yeah.
But like, isn't their whole entire belief system supposed to be surrounded? We are all imperfect and we are all sinning.
That's when we took to the internet and was like, does anybody know of a route that we could take? We had a ton of people recommend this certain agency that allows a certain number of LGBTQ families.
They have a quota limit?
Yes.
Oh, I hate that.
I didn't like that, but I was like, if this is the way, then it'll be. And it was actually something that made them want us more, is because of it, that they knew that he would be going into an accepting home. That if he was to decide to not have the wife and a golden doodle and a white picket fence one day, that he'll still be loved, right? And they were like, that is really important for us, is that no matter what avenue he has in life, he will forever be loved. And I was like, that breaks my heart that that's a question.
I am preparing to get a lot of hate for this. And I'm very much willing to accept that I might just have a bad take that I need to reevaluate, and that's fine. I will accept that if that's a possibility. But I want to know how much, like what percentage is appropriate to tip DoorDash drivers and DoorDash delivery. I want to be clear. I've never not tipped my DoorDash driver. Ever. Never. I've never not done that. But I don't love how when I go to order DoorDash and it like just does the estimated, like, oh, if you tip this, like you can just hit accept and you have to manually change it. Let's say I ordered $10 to $15 worth of food, which is like usually with taxes and stuff what my order comes out to be for like me, one person. And DoorDash is always like, oh, and you want to leave a $5 tip, right? I feel like that's a lot. That's 30%. That's a 30% tip. That's a lot, right? And I understand that, like, servers, waitresses, people like that, they live off of tips because they don't even make minimum wage, which is ridiculous in its own issue. But I Googled, and DoorDash pays its drivers, from what I saw on Google, like $17 to $24 an hour, which is great. I love that for them. And I'm not saying that means I don't think that they should get tips. I will always tip my DoorDash driver, but I just feel like 33% is a lot. Yeah, like, I'm not crazy. I'm not being a jerk or a Karen right now, like, in this economy. So I just want to know, am I being ridiculous? Or, like, what is a fair percentage that you think is acceptable when ordering, like, DoorDash, Grubhub, whatever it is? I want to know. I'm very curious.
What would you say our knowledge about cancer today looks like versus cancer like from 10 years ago?
Huge progress.
Yeah.
I think immunotherapy.
What is that?
So that immunotherapy is enabling